Welcome into Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Appreciate everybody for submitting all their questions, as on today's show we are going to answer as many of them as we possibly can. If you want to get on a future show, hashtag MFFL. We'll try to get your questions on a future video. Let's start with Michael Usuri. What three teams would be willing to trade with us the most other than Brooklyn and Lakers? By the way, I appreciate you, Harrison and Coop and everybody. Appreciate you guys. Bring us fans, yada, yada, yada. Thank you. Go Mavs. Yeah, absolutely, Michael. Subscribe. Spread the word. We're not going to go anywhere. What three teams? I think these are teams to watch out for. The Hornets, Spurs, Magic. A lot of teams are going to be wheeling and dealing because they want Victor Wembanyama in the NBA draft. And, San Antonio, certainly a team that showed this offseason. They're willing to unload assets. The Magic seem to be stuck in that cycle. Charlotte could be one of those teams as well. You think of some players like a Gordon Hayward, for example, from Charlotte, who are a couple guys with Josh Richardson with the Spurs. Who's the guy with the Magic, Coop, that I'm thinking of, the wing player? Jonathan Isaac down later in the season could be a type of guy that could get moved. I think keep an eye on these teams. And obviously a month or two goes by, see which teams kind of become those obvious seller teams, and those could have some rosters to add a piece or two. Will the Mavs make an in-season trade? They've been prone to do it in the past. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Will Dallas make a trade before the trade deadline this year? Yo, Squiggly Man, which player should the Mavs go all in on during next off season? Golly, got a list here from Coop. Trying to just break it down now. It really does depend on a few things. Like Myles Turner's intriguing because A, I think he's a gettable player, and B, he's from the North Texas area. If JaVale keeps playing like shit, you're going to need another bit. I mean, he's been bad. Let's just be honest. Dwight Powell's going to be starting over him soon. I would love Khris Middleton if he opts out. He went to Texas A&M to play his college ball. Maybe you give him a max and he stays here. Jeremy Grant's a nice piece. Terrence Ross, Karis LeVert. All these would require signing trades just based on how the Mavs contract situation is. Guys like Davis Bertans and maybe a Tim Hardaway Jr., but there's some guys out there that I would be intrigued on. Obviously, bringing back Christian Wood from an internal perspective, I think is going to make sense. I know he's been a little up and down, but he's your second most talented player right now. And like I said with JaVale earlier, if JaVale is not going to give you anything, like Christian Wood is kind of your only night-to-night reliable big. Maxi Kleber is what he is. He's a good role player, but Christian Wood's more than that. He can be a high-level player in this league and has shown that at times this year. So I think bringing him back is probably going to be a priority. Now, name a free agent you want the Mavericks to sign next offseason. I think the year after that, 2024, is going to be the year to watch out for Dallas. But let me know, who would you like to see the Mavericks sign to help out Lord Luka? Because Lord Luka, he's a Lord regardless. But you could become a Lord as well with established titles, as they are a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. This project is based on a historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland, and an official certificate with a crest. My certificate is coming in the mail soon. It looks like this, and I, for one, cannot wait. I'm a big fan of established titles too because they're doing good things for the planet. They're going to plant a tree with every single order and they work with global charities like One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future to support those reforestation efforts. And hey, you can add Lord or Lady to your title, like on your dating profile or on your credit card or even your plane tickets when you book a flight. And hey, they might even move you into first class. Cool deal for you guys as well. If you use promo code CHAT at establishedtitles.com/chat, that'll save you an extra 10% off, and you can get your plot of land next to me if you're one of the first 200 people that get a plot of land in Scotland. Different sizes plots. Go check them out. Establishedtitles.com/chat. Promo code CHAT, 10% off. Go check it out in the comments of this video. Ryan Chinsky, realistically, Does this Mavs team have a chance of winning the 2023 NBA title? It's a hard question to answer because you never want to say never when you have Luka Doncic, and he's playing like the MVP, by the way, so far this year. But you just look at it and you're like, can this team go 7 with Boston or Milwaukee? And I know Golden State's starting slow, but I would pick them in a 7-game series. The Clippers have Kawhi back. Phoenix, you had the chance to bury them in the opener. All of a sudden, they're like 6 or 7-1. Mavs at plus 2,000 odds. I mean, it's not impossible. Realistic chance to win it. Depends what you mean by that. Like, do you mean, they got a 30% chance? No, but with Luka, I'm never going to count them out. They can win any game that he's on the court, but these best-of-7 series, the better team usually emerges, and I don't know if Dallas has enough horses right now. I mean, if you were going to win a title, you would need Christian Wood to average 20-plus and 10-plus rebounds throughout a playoff run. I mean, he would have to be that good. Dinwiddie would have to be really good. It's not impossible, but I think the Mavs are kind of in that tier 2 of playoff contenders right now. Like, they're for sure going to make the playoffs, barring a Luka injury, but a championship, I don't know. Last year, it kind of felt like they maxed out based on that team. I think another conference finals run would be a great result for this team this year. Are the Mavs title contenders? C for contenders, P for pretenders. I think they're closer to C than P, but it's still not a team, in my opinion, that's ready to hoist a Larry O.B. Subscribe to Mavericks Today by Chat Sports at youtube.com/MavsTV if you want to join the movement here on the channel. We're publishing multiple videos per week, keeping tabs of what this team is doing, so subscribe to the channel. We'll have you guys covered. Frankie Smokes, do the Mavs need to switch up the rotation so Luka plays more minutes in the fourth quarter? I think so. That's something I've talked about. They finally closed out a close game against Utah the other night. That was nice to see. But something I mentioned on a video last week was I don't like that Luka sometimes doesn't check into the fourth quarter until like the 6-minute mark. I would rather him check out with 2 or 3 left in the third instead of playing all 12 of the third quarter minutes and then, check in at the 10-minute mark in the fourth. You get the same amount of rest, but I think it's staggered better. So that is something I would explore with Jason Kidd, but we're 7 games into this thing. He's still working through those rotations. Last one here from Nomar Suarez. What have you seen from Josh Green so far this year, and do you think he's ready to be a regular member of the rotation? He's been very efficient on very low volume. You look at the stats so far this year. I mean, the shooting splits are wild, but I don't see him as more than a 15, 18 minutes off the bench guy right now. He certainly does look improved. The defense has been there. The energy is good. But it doesn't help when you see what freaking Desmond Bane does every night. The guy averages 25, 5, and 5, and I can see the comments now, stop bringing up Desmond Bane. It's well, the guy he's going to be an all-star. I mean, if you would have just gotten the pick right, I mean, you want to be a title contender, draft Desmond Bane over Josh Green. I mean, seriously, if that was the only change on this roster right now, this would be a title contender. Like, it makes that big of a difference to get those things right. But I think Green's improving. We got to still continue to be patient, maybe give him a little more run. I'd like to see what those numbers look like in a month, like with some more volume. Is he going to be shooting out of this world? I tend to think those numbers will flatline, but I think he's been better. Just got to see where he goes from here. All right, appreciate all the questions, guys. If you made it to the end of the video, that makes you a real one. Type real one down below, and we will see you next time here at Mavericks Today.